Hello and welcome to my channel. Belgium is a small country with a population of just over 10 million people, but it is a very popular destination for expats. In fact, the community of expats living in this country estimates to almost 10% of the entire population. Although Belgium has a high standard of living, it does come with a high cost of living, but not as much as the other prominent countries of Europe. So in this video, I will explain you the various aspects of cost of living which will help you understand how much will you spend every month as your expenditure when you start living in this country. Before we dive into this video, I want to tell you that I live in Belgium with my husband, so the cost of living will be for a couple living in Belgium. But if you are coming to Belgium with your family, don't worry because I will also be sharing the information regarding the schooling. So without any further ado, let's start the video. First, let's talk about renting a house in Belgium because that will be the major chunk of expense that you will bear every month. I have made a video regarding the rent of house in Belgium, explaining in detail the types of houses, what will be the rent of your house, the types of contract, and all the important details. So it is a very informative video and it will surely help you. So I will add the link somewhere on the screen so you can check that out. Still, to give you an idea, the rent of the house will depend on many factors, like what will be the location of your house, if it is in the city center or if it is in the outskirts of the city, if it is a one bedroom apartment or if it is a two or three bedroom apartment. So it depends on all these factors. But still, to give you an idea, the average rent is around 700 to 750 euros per month for one bedroom apartment in the outskirts of the city, and it will increase greatly if the house is in the city center or the number of bedrooms in the apartments increases. So we live in Ghent, near the city center, and it is a one bedroom apartment and it costs us 835 euros per month. The second point is the cost of utilities. So along with your basic rent, you will have to pay for electricity bill per month. So utilities covers your usage of electricity, heating the apartment, the water usage as well as the internet. The cost of utility comes between 100 to 200 euros per month, and it totally depends upon the size of the house and how many members live in the house. But one of the main factors on which the cost of utility depends is the source of heating in your apartment. If the heating is based on gas, then the utility bill comes a little less compared to heating based on electricity. So I will suggest that you should look for a house where the source of heating is gas and you can save a lot on the cost of utility per month. Now talking about internet, I have to say that the internet in Belgium is quite expensive. So there are many good internet providers like Scarlet, Telnet, Proximus who provide a very good connection. So you will have to pay around 40 euros per month for a good internet connection in your house. And regarding the mobile internet, I take a package of 15 euros per month which provides a mobile data of 4 GB, which is very less, but it is what it is. So for me and my husband, our phone internet charges comes around 30 euros. So the total cost of internet per month, including the home internet as well as your phone internet, for a couple will cost you 70 euros. Now let's talk about food, which will also be your major expense per month, and it is actually a very subjective topic because it depends on you which grocery store you shop from, and the prices will vary. Delhaize, Albertine, Aldi, OK are few of the major grocery stores in Belgium from where you can shop, and they have a very good quality food items and at a very decent price. We usually shop from Albertine. It is a very good shop from where you can get very good quality vegetables, fruits, and all other stuff. To give you an idea, the cost of 1 liter of milk is 90 cents. A loaf of bread costs 1.67 euros. 1 dozen eggs costs 2.5 euros. But once in a while, we also go to Indian store to get few items which we cannot get in the local grocery store, and the items there are a little pricey, which is obvious because almost all the items in Indian store are imported, so it makes sense. So on average per week, if you calculate, it will be 45 to 50 euros maximum for a couple, And for a family with children, it can cost around 90 to 100 euros per week. So for a couple, on a monthly basis, the food expenditure will be 250 to 300 euros, and for a family it can go up to 500 to 550 euros. And talking about dining out, so the restaurants here are very expensive. So if you go out once a week in a good restaurant and you order a couple of drinks and food, then for two people it will cost around 40 to 50 euros. It is that expensive. But of course there are few affordable restaurants as well. So bill there can come from 25 to 30 euros. So if you calculate the total food expenditure, including the grocery shopping as well as eating out, for a couple, it will be around 300 to 400, and for a family, it will be from 500 to 600 euros. Next comes the transport. So the public transport in Belgium is excellent. So even if you don't have a car, you don't have to worry at all, because the good connection buses, trams, trains are present in all the major cities of this country. We live in the Flanders region of Belgium, where Delane is the major company handling all the public transport. You can take a single ticket whenever you use this public transport, but that is expensive compared to taking a monthly or yearly pass. If you decide to opt for a pass, then it costs 60 euros per month, and for an yearly pass, it is 485 euros. But apart from the excellent public transport, Belgium is a bicycle friendly country, and almost everyone from all the age groups own a bike. You can buy it from a second hand store like we did, or you can also buy it from the Facebook second hand markets. It is very easy to get them. We use our bikes for everything, from going to office to grocery store and even to the city center. And the best part is that it does not require any maintenance, any fuel. So I highly recommend that when you shift to Belgium, invest in a bike as soon as possible. The next topic under cost of living is insurance. So you will pay 6 to 7 euros per month for health insurance. Now there is a reason for such low cost of health insurance, because if you're working in Belgium, then you need to pay 13% of your salary for social security, and the social security includes the health insurance along with other public welfare related things. So this health insurance will cover the working member of the family and also the dependent and the kids. Now, apart from health insurance, there is also third party insurance, which is highly encouraged to be taken here in Belgium. This third party insurance will cover the accidents, the damage done to someone's properties, and also lawyer fees is included in this. So it is very important to take the third party insurance, and even that will cost you 6 to 7 euros per month. So the total cost of insurance per month will come up to 15 euros. Now coming to the last point, so if you are coming to Belgium with family and you have a kid, then you will obviously want to enroll your kid in a Belgium school. So there are actually three kinds of school in which you can enroll your kids in. First is the local school, which is absolutely free for all the kids here. But the important point to note is that all the subjects will be taught in the local language. So if you are in the Flemish region, then the subjects will be taught in the Dutch language. And if you are in the Wallonia part of the country, then the subjects will be taught in French language. And if you are in Brussels, then it is either Dutch or French. But in case you are planning to come to Belgium for a short term, and if you want your kids to study in an English speaking school, then there are some options like the private schools and international schools, but they don't come free like the local schools here. They will have a huge fee that you have to bear. So for international schools, I did a little research, and I found that the fee starts from 10,000 euros and goes up to 20,000 euros for various schools of Belgium per year. So that is a lot to bear. But in case you want to enroll them, then you can definitely do that. So for the private schooling, the fees will come per month like around 800 to 900 euros if you are enrolling in a 10,000 euro school. But I will highly recommend that you should enroll your kids in a local school, which will save the money, and the kids will have a good exposure to the culture and the language here. So I have covered the cost of living for a couple and a family with kid, but there are many expats who come to Belgium alone. So I want to quickly share the cost of living for a single person living in Belgium. So a single person can live in a studio apartment or in a private room in a shared apartment. So the rent for such studio or shared room is around 500 to 550 euros per month. For utilities, including internet, it costs around 70 euros. For insurance, which includes the health insurance as well as the third party insurance, it will cost 15 euros per month. For grocery shopping and eating out, for an individual person, it can cost from 200 to 250 euros per month. And for transport, opting for a monthly pass will cost an individual 60 euros. So if you total the monthly expenditure for a single person, it comes to approx 1000 euros. You can take a look at this spreadsheet where the monthly expenses are mentioned for an individual, a couple, as well as a family with children. And you can see for a single person, it costs around 1000 euros per month. For a couple, it is 1500 euros per month, and for a family with a kid, it is almost 3000 euros per month. But I have to tell you that the monthly expenses mentioned for all the categories is based on my research and what we spend as a couple here. So I will suggest that you also should do your research and the cost might vary a bit. Finally, I want to give you some tips and tricks which will help you in having an efficient cost of living per month. So, first point is that you can get the free membership card from all the local grocery stores, which will help you in getting discounted offers on various food items. So, you can save a little per week for your grocery shopping. For the second point, I want to tell you about the second hand culture, which is a huge thing here in Belgium and I think even other European countries. So, people here believe in recycling and reusing stuff rather than buying everything brand new. So, there are lots of amazing shops selling good furniture, good kitchen utensils, as well as clothes. So, if you want to buy something, you can definitely opt for such second hand shops because the products are of very good quality. For the third point, I highly recommend that you invest in a bicycle when you shift to Belgium because that will save you entire money for transportation per month. And also, it is amazing to just ride a bike here because the country is cycle friendly. There are amazing tracks everywhere. So, why not use that? For the final tip, I will highly recommend for you to check the source of heating in your apartment and choose a house which has a heating based on gas. So that is all for the cost of living, and I really hope that it helped you to understand what will be your expenses per month when you shift to Belgium. And if you have any queries or doubts, put them in the comment section below and I will try to answer all the queries. Also, if you want me to cover other topics regarding living in Belgium, then put those points in the comments and I will try to make videos regarding those points in the future. If you found this video useful, then I will suggest you to share with your friends who need this information. I'm sure it will help them a lot. If you want to see more such informative videos in future regarding the expat living in Belgium along with food and travel videos, then you are in the right place. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.